So here we are in the game, playing the game in editor, and you can see the meshes that we've brought in various arrangements. You can see here we've got them in the default sort of arrangement. Here we've rotated them 90 degrees just to have these sorts of spine nodules down the bottom, and the light emitting eyes at the above the halfway point. And from this angle you can see that if we make a roof out of these, it can look good to have the arrangement of these panels alternating in order to give us some nice interesting texture here. Now, one thing you may notice is that we can actually just walk right the way through our meshes. There is no collision applied, so that's something that we need to fix up right now. So going into Maya, and I will just reload our mesh. This is the mesh that we've been exporting out to ZBrush. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in a cube, and might draw it out so that we have something to work with. The dimensions aren't important at the moment. Now, with the cube selected, I'm going to hold down D and V and middle mouse click on that corner there to put the origin point there, or the pivot point there. I'm then going to hold V and middle mouse click on that vertice just to move the mesh over to there. Then go up to component mode, select those vertices, hold down V, click once on this red X arrow, and then middle mouse click on these vertices here just to sort of drag this out to the right length. I'm then going to take these vertices, and I know that there's a line of a row of vertices coming down the middle of this object, so I'm going to press and hold V and middle click in the middle here. I'm also going to select these vertices, and I'm going to I'll do the same trick actually. I'm going to, and if I put it into wireframe mode I can see this better. I'm going to without selecting an axis, I'm just going to middle mouse click on that middle vertice there with V held. Now this row of vertices here and this edge, I'm just going to select the edge itself, and then I'm going to come up to Edit Mesh, Delete Edge Vertex. Now this will delete the edge and also the vertices which are associated with that edge. And so doing that, we've turned this elongated cube into a triangular prism, and this will greatly reduce the number of triangles that we have used for this collision. So with that done, that can be our first collision mesh. And just to save time, I'm going to rename this collision mesh now. And so I'm going to select our main object, click on the name, copy the name, come down to this collision mesh, click on its name, and paste that name, the main mesh name, in its name. And I'm going to prefix that with mcdcx_, and I will change that back to 01. I use the prefix mcdcx. A lot of the tutorials will tell you to use UCX. I've had more success with this particular prefix, so I'm going to stick with that one. Now with this collision mesh selected, I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Holding V, I'm just going to click on that vertice there. I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate again. V and click on that vertice there. Ctrl D to duplicate again, and holding V, I'm going to click on that vertice, and just two more times I'm just going to duplicate copies out. And so there we are. Now these are our collision meshes. You'll notice that each copy that we've made has incremented our number, and that's exactly what we wanted it to do. Now with this mesh here, I'm just going to rotate this up so that it's more or less in the place that we need it to be in. In fact, I might just sort of leave it a little bit offset just so that I know when I've snapped to the right point and when I need to sort of snap a little bit more, or when I need to move the vertices more. And so there we go. Now I'm going to go back to component mode, select edges, tapping W to select move. I'm just going to move that edge so that it is in line with this row of vertices here. I'll just select this collision mesh, do the same thing, this collision mesh, and just sort of placing each edge where it needs to go. I'm also going to select this edge and snap that to this vertex. I'm going to select this, and these edges aren't quite as important to get in the right place, so I'm going to press Control or hold Control and click on this arrow here. This means that now we can't move in the x-axis, we can only move in the y and z axes. And so I'm just going to move this up to, okay, I've actually put this in the wrong place. So V and there. Okay, that's better. Now if I go back to what I was doing before, and I'll just sort of move each one of these edges so that they're somewhere close to the edges of the poly that they're applying the collision to. So there we go. If I bring back our shaded mode, we can see that that more or less covers the meshes vertices or faces. And with that done, I'm going to go back to object mode, select all of my objects, and type AX mesh, export mesh, and I'm just going to save over the same file name that we saved as before. Okay, and then we'll go over to UDK.